Hello, I'm Mike Sleva, and my Good Men Project essay this week is titled Accredited Institutions Are Killing Us All. Accreditation of our educational institutions often goes unchallenged. Examination in terms of value or innovation of the education is not the criteria, and like so many other systems and institutions in our world, our education system is strangely disconnected from what is ultimately needed for the long-term benefit and future of humanity. The only time the accreditation process gains attention is when an institution loses it or changes its standards so as to put its accreditation at risk. But what does this stamp of approval even mean? In the industrial world, our education systems are the fuel that run the industrial machine. In order to protect ourselves, we have no other choice but to abandon the collective concept we refer to as an education. For centuries, we have been destroying the natural world, and without it, all talk of anything else is astonishingly absurd. There is no economy without nature. There is no education without nature. There is no life without nature because nature is life. We are nature, and we are committing suicide. As the civilized world pushes every species to the brink of annihilation via population growth, the fossil fuel industry, pollution, suburban sprawl, economic collapse, and anything else related to our civilized mess, the one thing that most people agree upon is education being a solution to our problems. We believe so deeply in our educational systems that we've created a club that tells us which learning institutions are legitimate. Accreditation is the assumption by most that a particular institution is valid. By whom and by what standards is such an assumption determined? My guess is that all the folks who make the decisions about accreditation and its attendant policies are the same folks who assume that our current living arrangement is legitimate as well. I know this because every accredited institution, and even some that are not, in the world are promoting the same idea: civilization. There's no massive hierarchical monstrosity without institutional indoctrination. Billions of people walking or being dragged toward their collective demise doesn't occur without direct schooling or without the influence by those in power who have attended school and been indoctrinated themselves. In other words, one doesn't even have to attend school to be directly and sweepingly impacted by its existence. Any argument to rid ourselves of accreditation brings to mind some right-wing dinosaurs living with Adam and Eve's segregated community in Texas. In actuality, those folks believe the same shit as those who support accreditation. When we place the core belief systems of both groups under the microscope, we see a belief in a way of life that continues to sacrifice the natural world in the name of comfort and convenience. The only difference being the side stories that surround the common narrative. Both sides perpetuate a way of life that promotes patriarchy, white supremacy, and classism. One hides this fact with its cover story of social and environmental justice, while the others suffer additional indoctrination, ignorance to the facts, or lack of intelligence for such subtleties. Where it counts, the results are the same. Fuck accreditation. It's nothing more than a pipeline to the same old shit, different story outcome. If we want actual learning to take place, we must remove the self-imposed shackles of our institutional indoctrination. If you're fearful that such an act would bring about the end of Western civilization as we know it, then may I say, congratulations, you've just passed Waking the Fuck Up 101. For those of you who think this love boat of institutional hypocrisy will continue on indefinitely and who choose to promote it daily, then I happily remind you of your complicity in an untold suffering of those you have never seen through your privileged lens. Carry on. I'm Mike Sleva. You can find my book on Amazon, Chasing a Different Carrot, paperback and Kindle edition, and you can read my work at the Good Men Project or check more of my work out at michaelsleva.wordpress.com. Thank you.